Started recording though. There we go.
And I am Liv.
I'm Liv too.
Oh, I like to have yours open. I sort of forgot to do that.
I should do that. I never do that. I just trust the monitoring, and I don't know why I do that. It's such a dumb move.
Mute that so our sound doesn't double bleed through. I partly do it just so I can also see your
the camera
chat.
for my stream. Yeah.
Well, also, yeah, if you show anything, I can slide it out and I can see your camera for your stream.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
see the better one.
You want me to kick this off now, or you want to do it, or what's up? How do you want to start?
I mean, we normally let you go ahead and do it because you sort of have a routine going with it.
I just wing it, and that just tells you I'm a very repetitive person, apparently. Anyways, so
it works.
I'm Matt. That's also Matt, and that works great because our name is the Wrestling Mats, where we pretty much talk all things wrestling. Mondays we pretty much focus on Raw, but we can touch back on SmackDown. And as we get into this weekend, we all realize that our lives are going to suck because there are several hours of wrestling this weekend to get done. I mean, suck is strong, but there is a lot. There is a lot of wrestling.
The right phrase?
Oh, there's a lot of wrestling.
The Saturday Night main event, I mean, that might suck because so far, once they've brought it back for this iteration, nothing happens ever.
Yeah.
Nothing changes, no titles switch. It's just
so much. It should be fun, but there's so much wrestling.
It's a televised house show.
No, house shows were fun. I enjoyed the house shows the best.
All right, well, that's not the right thing for it. I don't know. It's just they have matches and they don't have any point to them.
Right.
Other than to be like, we had wrestling matches.
Well, this week, the point is to go up against AEW's pay-per-view. That's the point. The point is to steal some buys from the pay-per-view for non-buy content, essentially. Like, hey, you've already paying for Peacock, or you already have channel whatever 3 wherever your local market is, or whatever it is, NBC essentially, and you're gonna watch this because you're not gonna spend $50 instead. That's what this is.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, I'll probably end up keeping an eye on both. I probably will get it because AEW does put on fantastic pay-per-views. Love their storylines, hate their storylines, love their characters, hate their characters, whatever. It's hard to debate that the quality of match they put on. Now, it may not always be a cup of tea, especially like Moxley doing some of his crazy stuff he's doing. But just their basic, every, run-of-the-mill matches are pretty athletic and pretty good. And depending on which wrestler it is, very well written per se as well. So you give me a Saturday night where nothing happens again, and I may have to go watch Sasha and Omega and Ospreay and Swerve, because I don't know. Just the Saturday night main events are actually going the wrong way for me personally. They're making me very angry at times. Like, nothing happens. Why am I wasting my time?
For the love of wrestling, sure, but it's also just like you gotta have something happen, and something other than Goldberg wins the title for no fucking reason.
If that's the thing that happens, I'm instantly buying the pay-per-view. That happens.
It's spite them, just like, okay, fuck you.
Right. I'm gonna buy it on every platform I can just to do it. Screw you guys.
Want to buy one in my name?
Fine, sure. Send it that way. But yeah, just because, come on, man. I love the memory of Goldberg is great, but the dude was winded from walking from his Chevelle to the ring, and now you're going to tell me he's going to wrestle Gunther and put on a fantastic match? I just don't know, man. I don't know, man.
So much they took the camera off him.
Right, they cut the cord.
And getting a big pop, and the announce team.
All right, we're way off track already. I'm already bitching about stuff that's still 5, 6, 7 days away.
It's worth talking about because it's upcoming.
Right.
It is the stuff we're
but I
looking
don't think they're
forward to.
yeah, you know what? I'm being a bit too negative on it. The cards do look good. It should be fun. SmackDown has been really good with the Wyatt Six and how they're doing the tag team stuff. And I thought Johnny Gargano with Dexter, because they used to be part of the group. They used to be the family. Him trying to be like, I'm your family, not them, was fantastic for Dexter just to deck him. So there's some good stuff going on. The whole weekend should be fun, man, but this is a lot of wrestling coming up. A lot of wrestling.
I mean, ultimately for Saturday night main events, what they got to do to fix it is like have actually some surprise shit happen, actual titles switching somewhat, so we know it's a possibility again.
Be great. I don't see them
you
doing
start
that.
doing that, and then it's just like, okay, you'll take us out of the stigma we're starting to get for this, because we can't be the only ones that knows this, and it's got to be some more, watched,
Right.
people discussing this, going like, nothing has happened, right? Since you brought this back in like January, nothing at all. You got to do something. It's been half a year of these things don't fucking matter. Other than, you want to watch some wrestling on Saturday? You might as well just have the stars beat jobbers.
There really is no point right now. I don't know if it was meant to be this way or not, but it feels like they're just doing it to have something to guarantee something is lined up against AEW, which is a bit extreme. Your product is winning the ratings battle. Again, you have two different cups of tea here. Whatever your flavor is, you have your option. But this just feels like they're doing it just to run something against them.
Yeah.
Which could bite them, because honestly, if I have the option and I start watching both and they do nothing on Saturday night, but I'm entertained as all get out by the pay-per-view, I might just go back to just buying their pay-per-views and watching their stuff instead of watching Saturday night, because nothing happens on Saturday night.
You'll all of a sudden make us buyers of WE or
WE.
AEW. Boy, my brain was going faster than I could talk there.
Right. I've said this before. We would definitely do watch parties for their stuff and the UFC stuff if we all lived a little bit closer than we do. On a regular basis, for sure. But let's jump into some Raw stuff, because there was some good stuff on there I laughed at. It was a comedic episode, in my opinion.
Yeah, I missed the first 10 minutes, which was probably one of the best parts that you got to see.
Yeah, I enjoyed Braun taking the mic, shocking Paul Heyman and Seth to do his own promo. Had me concerned at first, but Braun did fine. But obviously, to help Braun out on what I think might have been one of his first lengthy promos, the banter behind him between Seth and Paul Heyman was fantastic. Seth looking so confused, Paul Heyman looking scared because he didn't understand what was going on either. Braun touching on ending Sammy, Paul then looking at Seth and going, yeah, but maybe we just hear him out. Maybe we just hear him out, okay? All of this stuff is so pantomimed behind Braun that I just couldn't help but laugh. It was fantastic. So I really enjoyed that segment.
That's pretty good. I gotta go back and see that part.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. I think it's definitely worth it, in my opinion.
This is the part I came into. Seth had the mic back at that point, and we weren't quite wrapping up, but it was like moments before the like, oh, the OTC is missing in action. Soon Jay will be missing in action too after tonight.
Yep. They were just calling their shots, and they pulled that off.
Yeah.
Kind of. I expected them to try to end Penta the way they did, and then LA Knight coming out the end of Raw to make the save was a nice touch. But got to imagine LA Knight's next on the list on Saturday.
Yeah, unless he's able to keep dodging them.
Yeah, you got to imagine he's going to have some backup too, like Penta or someone for his backup as well.
Yeah.
But that led into the next segment, which I know you did see, which, again, this is why I called tonight kind of a comedic episode, was Roxanne making the little funeral arrangement for Liv, Dom trying to figure out who brought the cake, and then AJ hiding behind a curtain going,
She's not dead. She's injured.
Yeah. Remember when I hurt my shoulder? Finn's just gonna say that so many times.
Plus, it's a nice picture.
She takes a great picture. Oh my goodness, such good stuff.
Yeah, the possible jealousy buildup that they got just already preloaded for Liv's return is crazy. It's like everybody but her has a belt. You got the 2 tag belts. What is the other one? Is it the Intercontinental?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if they keep all those belts for that long. That because she could be out 6 months. So,
well,
I think I could see a Royal Rumble return for her at this point.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you gotta look at where 6 months is. Remember, we're in the 7th month of the year here, buddy.
Yeah, you're right.
So I know it's scary to think about, but yeah.
She'll be back after Cena's wrapped up.
Yeah.
Wow.
In theory. Now she could recover faster, who knows, but roughly. Yeah, roughly 6 months would put her for that. The only question is does between now and then does Raquel actually go full change? Like right now she's still obviously hesitant on accepting Roxanne, but if they have a small title run, if they hold those belts for 2-3 months,
Raquel keeps talking like, "Oh, she'll be right back." Like even tonight, she's just getting the surgery.
She's rehabbing all the time. She'll be back in no time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they know something we don't. I mean, maybe the timeline on hers is 3 months for all I know, but
that would be nice, but
right. And they're just leaning into the 6-month report, but we'll see. But yeah, so that was a great segment. That was fun. Don't know what else to say about it without jumping to the next stuff. I don't know if you want to jump it on anything with that additionally or not, but
I mean, just the AJ bit at the end.
Yeah, and Dom
was really good.
Dom hanging on that doctor's note all the time. I've got a note.
I was expecting him to kind of like rabbit on Don, where he slips behind that black curtain. Dom goes to look for him, comes back over to the side, grabs the cake, and just cakes him in the face.
Yeah.
But they missed the opportunity there.
Yep. At least Dom does taste the cake. He does taste the frosting before it cuts away. That's at least good.
I mean, you gotta.
What was next after that? Was it
what
Sammy?
Was next after that? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sammy getting jumped by Cross.
Yep.
With his fake lead pipe that was
plastic
PVC and obviously spray painted black because it was kind of like way too big.
Yeah, and now he's gonna get some time off. I mean, we saw that coming with Braun hitting him with 3 spears as well.
And then what's his name chucking the fake lead pipe way over
Pierce could throw a pipe. It's fine.
Way down the aisle. I didn't believe that for a second.
I could chuck a pipe. He just
yeeted that damn thing.
I could chuck a pipe. Pierce is like a foot taller than me, and I'm sure he's pretty well in shape. He could chuck a pipe.
Yeah,
I don't think either of us
would want it. If it was made out of plastic.
Man, we're in the gym all the time. We'd be clanging and banging. We'd be throwing stuff around. We'd be throwing some weights. We know what it's like to throw weights. That pipe ain't got a chance, man. So, no. Yeah, it's a fun segment, but it was just a prelude. Now, the question does become what happens with Cross and Seth and his group, essentially, because even Braun brings it up later on.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to think I couldn't do it myself. So.
Well, and then you also had a point while we were watching live thinking like he'd almost be like the unspoken, like, fourth person of the group.
My only thought was, because we talked about it briefly as we watched it, was that he can't really just join. I don't think it makes any sense for his character for him just to be like, aha, I'm part of the group. But if it would be later revealed that he was working with Seth behind the scenes the entire time and he's actually been part of the group because Seth and he have similar visions,
Yeah, secret co-conspirator.
Right, that would make more sense to me than him just
Another
joining the group at some
visionary.
point. Yeah.
Is that how he's been talking to everyone backstage? Has been very visionary-esque.
Right. Right.
So,
But he got a huge pop during the commercial break. Near the end, he and Scarlett were the interviewees, and that crowd loved him. They were chanting, "We want Cross, we want Cross." He acknowledges them one time by saying, "And you got me." And then at the end of it again, they're still chanting, "We want Cross," and then he makes out with Scarlett, and the crowd just goes nuts. So he's so over, so very, very over with that crowd. I think all.
And I got to look at the top of a friggin' stadium.
Yeah,
in
comes
Atlanta.
back to the rough.
There's State Farm Arena. I don't care. I don't want to look at that.
Yeah.
Show me what they're seeing.
Right. So, but that I think this end result is Sammy gets some time off, and we maybe see him again soonest. I'd say it'd be about 3-4 weeks at SummerSlam, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Not out till the Rumble.
No, they won't do
Jesus.
that. I don't think.
Ugh.
What is it? What comes up after that? Because we're trying to keep these under an hour. We failed last week.
Yeah.
I don't think we went straight
Okay.
to. Oh, New Day came out dressed in their all blacks, mourning. Their formal all black. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's formal. They had veils. Does veils make it formal? I don't know.
And then
Anyways,
Becky giving her condolences.
well,
to
first they
them.
came out during the commercial break. You missed it, and they were all sad about it. Then then you got to see them.
That's not fair.
Yeah, and they came out, and then Becky chimed in as, pro bad guys do, and teamed up with their opinions essentially before going out and addressing the crowd over her conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I was gonna say next was her going out and going like, it's all a ruse so that they can beat me together. They're not frenemies, they're just friends pretending.
Yep.
So
Yeah, she's just trying to play the two of them against each other to sneak away with the belt again. I wonder how long her run's going to be. I wonder what her contractual, is she back for a good series of time, or is she back for like a year?
I'm surprised. I kind of thought with the new kiddo and her just having the thing with Lila Valkyrie, I thought that was going to be like a one and done thing there, and then that's it. But it didn't go that way at all.
Right.
So
Yeah, no, I mean, I figured she might want to do a run of some sort. I'm just curious to see if this is, like I said, a 1-year contract or a 5-year contract. Like, where are we at with this? How long are we expecting her to be hanging out? And that I don't know.
I think after that, my initial she's just doing like one or two things here. After that kind of like didn't play out the way I thought. Now I just don't know. I have no idea. It could be some short thing. Like they could take the title off of her here and that'd be it. Or it could, I don't know, could run to the end of the year or longer.
Right. Well,
No
that
idea.
could be, she could have a longer contract, and it could just be like, we get to the end of this story, then she disappears, spends some time with her kid, but that when they figure out her next story, bring her back. But this could play out over the next 3 months, but then she could be in a longer contract and just come back later on. I have no idea, but it's interesting to think about. I don't know how her character is going to keep evolving, is in my mind. That's the question mark I have.
Yeah,
Because I don't know how she's going to evolve from this character the way it is now to a strong good guy character again if she does.
yeah, because right now her character is just like kind of like a mad woman, like not like angry mad, but like woohoo, there's kind of lost in the head where everything's a conspiracy and she just
Yeah, but I feel like she's very bitter.
yeah.
Like she feels like
I
she's
mean, there's some of that.
to me, she's playing a character that seems bitter that she's being passed by already, so to speak. by the younger talent when that's where this all started, was with Lyra and her age and winning the IC belt and, you know, essentially being passed by the um, Stephanies and Julias and Roxannes and that are all up there now, which
Well,
I guess you'd have to befriend one of them to clear that stigma going forward.
yeah, I mean
I guess that's how
that's
you could do it.
it's kind of how the way that goes. You're away for long enough, and then you're last year's news, and then it's another year, and
Well,
all of a
that
sudden
was
you're
also the
just
problem is that WWE was buying up a lot of not just buying but developing women's talent.
buying up all the women. They got binders of women.
I mean, Jordan Grace and so forth.
Yeah,
They went back to buying talent as opposed to developing it.
Zarya, Stephanie, Julia.
Right. These are talented people that already had, training elsewhere and coming in. So buying is probably a poor choice of words, but acquiring talent that already exists
Yeah.
versus the Liv Morgans of the world where they're trained from start essentially there. But
well, they're running out of Hooters to go peruse now.
that's true. That is not really an option anymore. I mean, of all the people, I think she's probably the most notable and maybe the only one I can think of that had no like indie circuit training that actually panned out to be not even just a megastar, because Liv's on a level that most don't get to, but even to be on a level that's of A tier, so to speak, versus like S tier. There's not many A tier people that came from their developmental system without any other training. So,
Yeah.
but we'll see. I think that it should be a fine match, but I just don't know what you do with Becky going forward. And Bayley and Lyra can just hug it out at the end and be fine. Like that's how they could solve that issue. But or Bayley can just either one of them could just be angry and bitter, and they both have stories that make sense going that way. But I don't know how Becky does anything other than be angry and constantly trying to prove herself.
Yeah.
She's kind of stuck in the same boat as Charlotte, in my opinion, but they found a nice little way for Charlotte out of it by teaming her with Alexa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really just interesting how they want to like go with these people where do they just do this to give Valkyrie the rub with two of like pretty much essentially the generation before her women's wrestlers. I mean, even though they're kind of here, but I mean,
Right.
there is some talk of even like
There's
Bayley
a 10 years
just,
age
like,
gap. There's a 10
you
age
know,
gap. I think Valkyrie's like probably early 20s, and Bayley and Becky are mid 30s.
yeah, something like that.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the more talent they build and legitimize gives them more and more programs to run with the women, and
Yeah.
more
It's not a
stuff that
bad
they
thing,
can
but it's going to
intertwine and
be the
go
same
through.
problem they ran into with the men for a long time, which is, believe it or not enough TV time to give them all the story they need to build.
Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah.
So that was a big problem in the mid 2000 teen eras, is that there was just not enough time for the talent they bought to even get out there. So, I don't think we ever got a final verdict on what's next for the tag titles, even though there was a segment where JD was going to go get some answers.
Oh,
I don't think we ever got our answers.
they messed that up. Like he's gonna go get answers and he never showed back up.
Then no one ever got answers again.
Oops.
They kind of like hinted at like a tag team War Machine versus New Day thing, but I don't think they ever gave JD and Finn actual answers. So,
Wasn't one of the things advertised for Saturday Night Main Event, was it? I don't think so.
I don't think so. That's LA Knight versus Seth. That's Drew versus Randy from SmackDown. Jay's got a match. Who's Jay wrestling?
Damn, who is Jay wrestling? I know this.
I'm pretty sure he has a match.
Yeah,
Gunther and Goldberg.
Yeah.
I don't know if does Saturday have any women's matches on it at all, or they just put them all on Sunday.
Oh wait, yeah, they put them all on Sunday. I was about to be like, oh, it's that big 4-way women's tag, but that's Evolution. So I think they put all the women's matches on Evolution.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, again, it was just a fun show. That's all I can go back to saying. It was a fun show tonight. Then we had our Kaiser as our El Grande Americano.
Yep.
And that was mostly just Corey and Michael bickering back and forth.
At least he was actually El Grande this time.
Yeah.
And not just Americano.
Yeah. Although he keeps standing like Kaiser does.
Yeah. Like his head and neck just have a posture.
Yeah.
It's just like, we know it's you.
Yep. It's fantastic stuff. Not much to be seen there other than they just keep the El Grande character going. Which is good. That I could see if it stays this way.
I swear at some point they gotta put R-Truth in that gimmick.
That'd be fantastic. I'd be fine with that. Mr. Iguana can be him once. We could do all kinds of fun stuff with it.
Wish we had a big enough audience by now because I just want to hear all the hisses and boos for the idea of and the character with like Hulk Hogan revealing himself under the mask and everyone would be like, "Oh,
yeah,
Hogan." Do it in LA, get everyone all mad.
I definitely bring some heat, that's for sure.
Yeah, it would. I want to do it to see everyone get fucking upset. Like right now they kind of go with it because it's like, all right, it's a bit of a comedy bit and all that, and you're not fooling anyone when you bring out Hogan and just go, it was me the whole time. You don't even have to manufacture heat for that. You just have it already naturally.
Yeah, that would just go. That would go badly immediately.
Okay. Anyways, enough of my dumb ideas.
It fits. It does fit. I think we went from that to Bronson Reed and Uso.
Yeah, when Bronson Reed came in, I swear to God, when he went past that corner, that one dude looked like fucking Matt Cardona.
I never saw that. I've looked after that, and I never saw that.
No. Like, wasn't him, but for a second, I'm like, is that Matt Cardona? Oh, no, someone that sort of looks like him.
Busy trying to battle and just hang on to his status of indie god. Shotzi's taking it from him. Shotzi is taking it from him.
Broke her arm. She ain't going to do nothing.
She's taking that from him. Shotzi's going to leave the indie god.
Oh, it's Cardona.
Nope. Just like Owen said on the Cody podcast, man. You can't sit here and call yourself the indie god and then be like, I don't know why they won't sign me on WWE. I don't know why they won't sign me. I'm with Kevin Owens.
That was great.
I'm with him so hard on that one.
That was a great fucking burn. He had so many good burns on that. I need to watch that whole thing.
Owens is fantastic. I've got his DVD somewhere too. He used to have the Kevin Steen show. He used to have like a Miz style show. I have the DVD for that. That's a good watch too. He's fantastic.
Also shitting on Braun Breaker and his horrible tan.
He's not for the wrestlers'
like he needs to be arrested. Yeah. And then Braun comes out tonight where everything was tan but his neck, like right here, was not tan. It's like, how'd you miss? Like,
I mean, he might have been doing one of these as they got it done.
He didn't look in the mirror and go like, oh wait, I gotta get here too.
He doesn't tan that. You get sprayed, buddy. You go step in a tent and they go.
I know. And they missed a spot. The first thing I noticed, I'm like, his neck's the wrong color.
I wonder if it's that or if it's just it melted away.
Or it might have been lighting.
That could have been too.
Once he got in the ring, I didn't notice it as much. I
So
could still kind of see it, but when he was first coming out through his entrance, which was nice.
they got that right finally, in my opinion. That side angle with the smoke and the way the lighting worked, he looked intimidating. They finally got something going for his entrance, in my opinion.
Just see a beast in the mist, just like, who the fuck is that? Oh,
yep. I think they
the guy
finally
that spears everyone out of their boots.
Finally got that down. I think they're in the right track with his entrance. But
and he kind of whiffs on Seth when he's running around the outside.
Sammy, yeah.
Sammy, yes. God damn S.
Now, I don't know how I feel about his I have water in my ear pose that he does, where he's like,
oh, yeah. It's just, some of that is too, like, I know in a way they were kind of like building you as the next Goldberg, but don't go that far where you're like, I'm trying to do my Goldberg thing.
See,
like,
I don't know if it's Goldberg. I have to go back and watch more of his dad's matches. I wonder if it's something his dad used to do more.
Rick, really?
Yeah, I wonder, because Rick had the whole dog gimmick. He was the one that'd bark and crawl around. I wonder if he had some type of spastic neck movement I don't remember. It wouldn't surprise me.
I don't remember it.
But because honestly, when we were that age, we were old enough to watch and see it, but the Steiner brothers at least not for me, don't hold as high of a memory in my brain because of how long Scott went after the fact as Big Papa Pump. So
I mean, it did for me where, like, when Scott just had his mullet, he was phenomenal looking back, but that time as a kid, you weren't paying attention to him. You were paying attention to Rick because Rick was doing the fucking I'm a dog thing.
Right.
Being fucking weird. What he was doing was kind of dwarfing Scott's higher level of athletic ability.
For us.
A standing Frankensteiner? Holy shit.
For a man that size, yeah.
Good
but again,
Lord.
For us, I mean, I'm sure that this age of people we are now watching back then were more inclined to be paying attention to, Scott than Rick.
Yeah. I mean, I have more appreciation for him back in that day, like once I got like into my 20s and now into my 40s, where I see some of that old stuff, I go like, holy crap, why wasn't I paying attention to him? Because some of the stuff he's doing is just sickening.
Yep. I mean, I feel the same way about like Mr. Perfect. Kurt Hennig, the stuff he did was phenomenal. And then to watch how he worked with people he didn't respect was even more ridiculous. To watch him sell like a head to the turnbuckle with like a bounce off the bottom rope flip as his head got bounced off the turnbuckle, or like getting chopped up out of the ring, for example. Yeah, he would do some ridiculous stuff.
It's one entrance where he just does the little flip with his towel behind his back, and it lands on his opponent's shoulder.
Heenan, I'm pretty sure it lands on Heenan's shoulder perfectly. His manager.
Well, I'm thinking of a different one then.
Okay.
That might have been another entrance that he did, but that was one where it was his opponent. His opponent had to sell like fucking asshole.
Oh, so once he was in the ring, he threw it, I assume.
Yeah, he was like he was walking diagonal to go up on the turnbuckle and
gotcha.
Put his arms up and all that. Whatever he was doing, but he did a little flip in the center ring and it went perfectly on his shoulder of his opponent.
I want to say most of the time he flipped in the entranceway and Heyman catches it. Heenan, I'm sorry, not Heyman. Heenan catches it. I think one time though, it just like it did for his opponent, I'm pretty sure it landed right on Heenan's shoulder as well. Just like so.
Well, if you do it enough times, it's gonna land there.
Yeah. I mean, he was impressive in a lot of different ways. The Fisherman Plex, the Giant, was also pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, that. Good Lord.
So.
But friggin' strength to do that.
Yeah, we got off track again with some old timey wrestling stuff, but it's all good.
Yeah, it happens.
But so I don't know. So Jay does have a match. I don't remember who it's against, but I wonder if
it's not Bronson Reed, is it?
Maybe. Seems ridiculous. Although he did cheat to win tonight. He did yeet a chair at him to knock him down, and But I wonder if Saturday night is where they finish the job there, so to speak, and take him out.
Yeah.
Because it does kind of feel like Seth's army is trying to clear a path. Although no Punk. No Punk tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no Punk tonight, that's for sure.
That's weird, come to think of it.
They were chanting for Punk and it didn't happen. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really having anything come up.
All right, let's take one quick look here real fast.
What was that? Saturday
night main event.
12th?
Yes. BT Dubs. If you check Twitter, Karrion Kross's interviews on Twitter, WWE posted it.
Oh, okay.
Quick rundown if they want to post anything from Saturday night main event or not. Not here, they aren't.
Okay, this should be the card. We should just like talking it up. They just showed who is versus who. Oh, they sort of do here.
Yeah, they should have some match graphics.
Dominic and AJ are on the card for the Intercontinental Championship.
I didn't think he was cleared yet.
It shows it on the card. It says like it's for this. Like,
I wonder if that's speculated that's going to happen because he hasn't made it known that that's going to happen.
Postponed the defense at Night of Champions. Maybe it's speculated. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything for Jay on this thing. Oh hell.
I agree with their match card. Because even the Saturday night main event
popping up all these little ads for me. It's like, I don't care. Yeah, all I'm seeing is big takeaways. Randy versus Drew, LA Knight Seth, Bug versus Gunther. It's like all the quick hits.
Seth and LA Knight, Orton, Gunther and Goldberg. 2, 3. Is it just the 3 matches?
I mean,
they usually have less matches, but I thought they had 4 typically.
Yeah, I mean, those are the 3 definites, at least.
I guess maybe one gets added Friday night. Maybe one gets added Friday night because it's still SmackDown.
Nothing with Cody yet, right?
I don't believe so.
Happening. Is they're gonna save Cody because of winning Money in the Bank, or what was it? Not Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I bet you would do 4 matches, and we only have 3 right now. Looks like announced, and it's 2 Raws are already done, with 1 SmackDown. So I bet you we have 1 more SmackDown match.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe not Jay. I don't know when Jay goes and gets beat up some more, but
well, maybe Jay's just due for run-ins to like
help LA Knight.
Yeah.
That could be why he and Penta both don't have matches.
Yeah.
But
because supposedly him and Sammy got taken out tonight. So
right, but the difference is that Sammy got laid out where they even said he's out indefinitely, and Jay walked out under his own power technically.
Yeah. Okay.
helped, but still walked out. So he's probably gonna take at least one more beating before he disappears for a while.
Yeah.
So we kind of talked about it already as it is, but that led us to the main event essentially, which was Seth and Penta.
Yeah. Um, I guess essentially we covered the Gunter Goldberg thing as much as we really want because that was like just before that.
All I can say is I hope it's not a long match at Saturday Night Main Event. I
Yeah.
don't think it can be. I don't think Goldberg can have the type of. I don't think he can have a 30-minute match.
The
I
only
just
way
don't.
I could see it being a longer match is if Gunter wears Goldberg down, controls it, just does like kind of like more of like a old school wrestling, just
Yeah,
putting
but
them in sleepers and stuff like that, and just controlling it and beating them that way.
as long as he doesn't go for a jackhammer, then
Oh yeah, no, no.
just spear him at the end if that's what they're gonna do. Because I think even just Gunther laying on Goldberg's back and just laying on him, so to speak, as you would for like chin locks and stuff like that, will have an effect on Goldberg's stamina. Not to
Yeah, I
mention if
would.
he gets a chop or two.
I'd say if you go for like spear jackknife, you gotta do that like early in the match and have Gunter like survive it. You can't do it later in the match with how Goldberg's looking. He ain't got the gas tank for that
No,
anymore.
spear fine, but yeah, the jackhammer he can't. He can't
I,
do.
I mean, you could easily end this match with like Gunther's in the corner. Goldberg goes for a spear. Gunther jumps out of the way. Goldberg, concusses himself. Gunther pulls him back out, goes into a sleeper, and just drops in the middle of the ring.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Goldberg falls asleep in his arms, basically.
right. But I don't know if they're gonna want Goldberg to lose his retirement match in a
I mean,
relatively clean way. I
I
don't know if
mean,
Goldberg wants to lose his retirement match in a clean way.
well, if he wins it, he then what gets the belt?
I didn't say he was gonna win it. I don't see it being a
Oh,
clean way. I don't know how they could incorporate it, but if they get him tased with a cattle prod, we'd have a good full circle type moment here.
but then he's not going to fucking leave. He's just going to come back and be like,
No,
I'm
he's
going to get revenge.
no. He's just gonna beat up a cattle prod in a YouTube video or something like that, because that's the bane of his existence at that point. The man just hates cattle prods.
Oh, God.
Uh, but yeah, I just don't. I mean, give me the cool pageantry, give me the cool entrances, and then give me a match that takes 5 to 10 minutes, because I just think that's. Hopefully, he proves me wrong, but I just don't think he has the gas tank for it.
Yeah.
But
All right. Anyways, Seth and Penta.
yep,
Um.
really good match.
Yeah. I love that gear that Seth wears. He that's one of those ones he brings back every once in a while.
Yep.
The purple with those kick pads that got like the universe on it or something like that. It just I like when some of these wrestlers kind of like stick with some of their gear and they're not like switching it every freaking time you see them. It's like calm down. You can
Yeah,
rewear some stuff.
they do. I think there's usually significance behind when they rewear stuff too, because Seth will bring out the White Ranger looking gear every so often. Um, AJ doesn't really change his gear up other than the colors. Sometimes he's blue, sometimes he's white, sometimes he's red,
Yeah,
black, but it's the same gear. He just has different colors, so to speak.
it is mostly blue though,
Yeah,
from
and then
what
he
I've
wore
seen.
red recently, and he might maybe it's pay per view, maybe it's where he's at that changes it up as well. He likes to wear the white. I feel like at big events, but who else was there that changes their gear up like that? Yeah, but the
Stephanie Vakir. She just does the same gear, different
different colors
colors
again. Yeah,
all the time. But
but
she has some of her mainstays,
yeah,
like the
yeah.
red and the blue and the green, and then she'll bust out the cool ass looking purple I love for like special shit.
But again, just a good match. They didn't get a chance to take Penta out, as I assumed they would, because LA Knight makes the save.
Yeah.
So hopefully Penta's there to help back up LA Knight on Saturday, because you got to assume that they're going to try to take LA Knight out again.
Yeah, so that's probably your two run-ins of Penta and Jay
Yeah.
to help
Penta
out LA
probably
Knight.
escapes. Jay probably gets taken out.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
This way, Jay gets off TV for a couple weeks as well before SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But overall, I enjoyed the show. I thought it was a better comedic show than anything else, which I'm fine with. I enjoy comedic shows.
Yeah,
I don't think you
sometimes
ever
need one of
saw
those.
my favorite match ever, an indie match from like 2017.
Okay.
It was called Cold as Ice is the name of the event. It was Grado, which is a performer from overseas, and Colt Cabana versus the indie team To Infinity and Beyond with Colin Delaney and Cheech. It is such a cluster of a match, but it's comedic the entire way through. There are times when Colt Cabana just looks at Grado and goes, is that even a legal tag? Like, what are we doing here? Because they're partners, and he's just like, I'd have to show you the match sometime. I have it. I have it both on DVD and the VOD of that one. It is just so
Okay.
comedic and so ridiculous. One of my favorite matches of all time, and it's not my typical thing because I'm typically an Osprey kind of guy or a Penta or a Seth with the way they conduct their matches, or obviously the Bucks and them. But this just give me a good comedic match once in a while, and you won me over typically,
Yeah.
and that's what this was. So,
I mean, it's good to go this route before like something like a Saturday night main event PLE because there's been plenty of times where, kind of recently, where they did some shows right before, especially the Smackdowns, where it's just like, okay, so it was a wrestling show.
yeah,
That's about it.
yep,
Like I'd definitely take like a bunch of comedy throughout the
yeah.
show than just like, well, it's just a wrestling show.
I'd
Not
argue that this card only had one planned, like really good wrestling match in it, and that was Penta versus Seth. Last week we had the tag match, for example. That was really good. Judgment Day and New Day
oh yeah.
put on a hell of a show. So sometimes you have matches where you're going to get 30 minutes, and they're going to be hell of a athletic contest. I think there's only one of those on the show tonight. And I think they did a really good job of going, well, if we're going to do that, we can push the story with the ladies, but let's have some fun with the men. And that's where the AJ thing came from. That's where Seth and Paul Heyman came from with Braun Breaker doing his thing. I feel like they did a nice job of that. So overall, I was a fan of tonight's show. Not a whole lot happened besides the Sammy getting some time off, but
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for a little bit better match with Kyrie Sane and Roxanne Perez.
I had no problem with the match.
There was one miscue with them, with I think sort of like a Hun Karada, where Roxanne was a little late. But, Michael Cole just went like, oh, well, yeah, got that, but just didn't get all of it. And you see Roxanne just do a frontal flip to be like, oh shit, I lost her legs. I gotta go with this.
I didn't see that. I must have been getting the time to drink at the time or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I got up during part of that match.
I mean, if that was the only miscue for the whole night, I mean, it's a pretty good show. I mean, you can't be fucking perfect.
Right. And
how can you be?
I also stand by, like, if this wasn't a scripted event, you know how hard it would be to throw perfect Hurricanranas every time in a real fight?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I'm okay with the misses here or there because that's what happens in real life. I've watched plenty of mixed martial arts fights where people go for a flying armbar and just don't catch an arm, and then they look really dumb. Or they catch an arm but not well enough, and then they're just hanging off a guy, and the guy's like, get off of me. Or I'm going to slam you, and then they have to, like, let go and try to roll out, and, like, so that kind of stuff. I mean, from the immersion standpoint, do you lose a little bit? Yeah, you do. But I mean, at the same time, for me, my personal thought is if this is a real athletic competition, you're never going to catch every one of those things. It's never going to be perfect. So, but I didn't see this one. Like I said, I must
Yeah.
have been getting something to drink at the time. So,
I mean, it takes me out for the moment, and then I just try to look past it and wait for the rest of what's happening in the match, and then I go back there because yeah, we touch on this every once in a while. Just hate the whole culture of calling everything a botch. It's like
right,
fuck off with that. Like
right. You never know.
you
Like I said, there's
you
been
can't make
times when
everything perfect.
I would talk to somebody and they would have done a move and they were told in the back it looked awful. And I'm like, I thought it looked fine. And then I show it to them in slow mo or something like that on my phone. And they're like, that went way better than I thought it was going to be. Look, but sometimes, especially in the indie scene versus backstage, and I guess I'm assuming the real thing is you might get some, I don't want to say bad opinions, but you might get some differing opinions. And then you start watching wrestlers change their stuff. And then you're like, what are you trying to do with the move? Like by the end of it, like they've been told what they were trying to do looks bad, so they changed the move, and by 3 shows later, they're doing a move that looks sloppy because they're told what they were doing the first time was bad. And then they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, they botched it." Well, no, they didn't botch it. They've been trying to alter the move because they've been told it looks bad in the back. And now they're with something that does look a little bit weird and botchy, but they're trying for it. That's always the thing
Yeah.
is you have to understand you don't know what the intent was. You can think
Some
you know what the intent was, but you don't honestly know all the time what the intent of how that move or that interaction was supposed to be.
Sometimes the intent is for it to look exactly how you saw it. It's not a botch. That was planned to
Right.
go a certain way, and you're over here like, oh, they botched that. Being a total
Now
smart
there are
mark,
there are
and it's just
times
no.
when one character doesn't assist with a suplex, for example, and it looks goofy. You
Oh yeah,
know,
yeah.
someone goes for a suplex or a fisherman or something like that, and the person being fisherman is dead weight, or they jump with it too soon, and it looks really weird. And that,
Or
again, it's
or
not good that that happens, but again, in a real fight, things don't look good all the time. So I don't
or
even care.
you pile drive Stone Cold and paralyze him and possibly lose his career just as he's getting going.
That I might call a botch. That
That
might
that's
be that
that's
might
actually
be
a
bad.
botch.
That
Sometimes
yeah.
they're not all botches, but some are.
Yeah.
Just stop trying to look for everything to be one.
Right. My only takeaway from that kind of stuff is that I don't look for perfection because a real fight's not perfection. So why should I almost would prefer there to be things that don't go right in this. Now, botches to me could be again the calling a 3 count when someone's arm is clearly up just because it's when it's supposed to finish. That kind of stuff bugs me. I almost would
Yeah.
prefer like Jessica did where she checks the shoulder and in the process swats a foot out of the way so the shoulder goes down like a couple of weeks ago when Jade had the pin, but she couldn't count the 3 because the shoulder was up. So she slickly like, oh yeah, no, the shoulder was up. Puh, get this foot out of the way, Jade. Oh look, the shoulder's down now. 1, 2, 3. Because yeah,
Or the times when they dive through the ropes and the toe of their boots catches the rope so they don't quite get the distance to kind of get the brakes pulled on them.
yeah. See, that's
They'll be
another
like,
word. I wouldn't call it a botch, but what I don't
yeah,
like from it is that your responsibility as the other performer in the ring is always to try to take care of each other. So first and foremost, do your best to go catch the other performer. 100%. You got to take care of each other in that ring. You don't want any other problems. But once the other person's okay, and if their toes hit the rope and they didn't make contact with you, or you caught them clearly and didn't let them die, but you're both standing still, don't then
yeah,
just fall over. Don't
yeah,
just
yeah.
topple over. Don't just, don't catch them and then act like it worked. Catch them, make sure they're safe, and then pivot to a sidewalk slam. Haha. Like your move didn't work because clearly it didn't work. But
It's like
don't,
maybe Roxanne Perez's, oh, I don't have your legs anymore. Shouldn't have like maybe just did a frontal flip. She should have maybe just like maybe fell down on her hands and been like, oh, I caught myself there, and just go with how it didn't go right
correct.
and adjust.
Right. Now, if you can find a slick way to get out of it, fantastic. But end result is don't. I hate, and I'm sure they're taught at different schools different ways, but I hate them forcing it. I think Kidman at one seminar, someone was telling me, I think I've mentioned this before, you know, you don't move yourself to the corner. Don't slide yourself all the way across the ring for them to hit their aerial maneuver. Let them stomp you once or twice and drag you there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't position yourself so they can do the move because it takes it out of it. That's a problem.
And we see it all the time. We just saw it on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Andrade kind of repositioning himself for Axiom, and it's
Right.
like,
You want to be safe, but
we're seeing you do it.
right, you got to let the other person put you where you need to be. Otherwise, it looks really bad.
Yeah.
And the same idea with when things don't go right in the ring. Like, don't just do it to do it because that's what the script says. Get back to where you need to be, but do it in a convincing manner. Don't just, we're supposed to turn a corner here, and so I'm going to roll for no reason. Or like all those goofy clips where people just fall down in the 80s because they were supposed to fall down, but there was clearly nothing to knock them down. like it's mind-boggling to me that kind of stuff happens in this day and age. But
I think there's a bad one of Randy taking a hit that's like 5 feet away from him.
Yeah,
He just flops
exactly.
back. Like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, or people that throw drop kicks and they fall down before the opponent falls down. They got drop kicked because they didn't realize it was such a distance away. They didn't realize the drop kick happened to them at first. So like a drop kick happens, this person lands and this goes, oh shit, and then flops back like they're in the NBA. So that kind of stuff happens. That's if you miss, play it off like Samoa Joe. Like if they throw a drop kick and they're that far away, be like, and just walk away. You know what I mean? And then get up, wrestle some more. Then he can hit the drop kick and we can go back to where we were supposed to be. But reset in a realistic way.
You can also throw some comedy in there too and walk up and go like, hey, I think you missed me.
Yeah, exactly. That's more of a house show maneuver you'd see or an indie scene, which is great.
Sure.
But yeah, you could do that. If your character will allow for it, go for it. Owens' character always allowed for stuff like that. So Owens can do that kind of stuff. But, someone like a Randy Orton now later in his career can. Back when he was a legend killer, I don't think it fit his character very much to do that kind of stuff. Or a Roman, back when he wasn't talking a whole bunch and he was just showing up and pointing all the time, like he was Babe Ruth, then probably doesn't fit his character. So,
yeah.
But we're closing in on that hour mark here.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of stop you after your end of that spiel and be like, yeah, it's probably about time.
Right. Just want to point this out. So we're still about 2 weeks away from our indie show. It's going to have Black and Priscilla Kelly. And so haven't decided 100% on what I'm going to have Alana Black sign just yet, formerly Cora Jade. But I think this is what I'm going to have PK sign, since she wears something similar to this to the ring as her hat all the time.
You going to wear that to the show?
I don't know if I'm going to wear this to the show. No.
If
to
see you pull that off.
If I need a lot more leather and maybe a vest.
Start making a vest.
Exactly. Yeah. Get back on my vest career plans. Miley or Denise might pull that off. But I cannot pull that off. But yeah, I thought that'd be a cool thing because PK signed one of my original belts back in like 2019 or 2018, whenever we were in New Jersey. So I don't have a belt for her to sign at this point. So I wanted something fun and different. I think that hat nails it because it's very close to what she wears to the ring already. So I was excited that it showed up. I should get the name of the person on Amazon who makes these because honestly, outside of not being a pleather material, overall, I think it's really close to something that she would wear, especially with the goggles.
Well, when you load up the recording for YouTube, pull that up and put it in the description below or something.
I probably should, because it
Give
is.
them a shout out.
It seems like a decent quality, and I would never know where else to get one of those for.
You shocked me with it when you showed it on camera. I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah,
that's
I'm
fucking
pretty,
awesome.
pretty happy with that. So hopefully she signs that with like an orange or red
Yeah.
paint marker.
All
That
right.
can go on there.
We're trying to get under an hour here.
Yep. Well, no, that we wanted to throw that in there, so
Okay.
that's all. Fine, but we're fine. We got 8 seconds. We will talk to you again probably this weekend.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Internet.